Hi everyone, welcome back to Chem Help ASAP. In this video, we are going to be converting between grams, moles, and molecules. Now, if you're not comfortable calculating your molar masses, check out my video on that right here. Otherwise, grab your periodic tables, grab your calculators, and let's start converting. Before we begin, I just want to let you know that I'm giving Avogadro's number a few more sig figs in these calculations, so I just wanted to write that down. Okay, let's start with question number 1. How many moles are in 3.56 grams of silver? Now, I have gone to the periodic table and I have pulled the molar mass for silver. Remember, our units for molar mass are grams per mole. So molar mass will allow us to switch from either grams to mole or moles to gram. So we start with what was given, our 3.56 grams of silver. Now we need to make sure that our grams cancel. So when I set up my molar mass, notice I have grams in the denominator, which automatically will put mole in the numerator. This allows our grams of silver to cancel, so we get this many moles of silver. Using our rules of sig figs, our answer is 0.0330 moles of silver. Let's go on to the next problem. Number 2, how many molecules of sodium carbonate are in 12.48 grams of sodium carbonate? Again, I am going to use my periodic table. I am going to calculate the molar mass of sodium carbonate. That molar mass is 105.988 grams per mole. So our problem gave us 12.48 grams of sodium carbonate. That is what I am going to start with. For my first step, I'm going to use my molar mass and I'm going to convert grams to moles. Notice for my molar mass, I'm going to put grams in the denominator so that my grams of sodium carbonate cancel. Now the problem asked me for molecules, not moles, so I'm not finished with this problem yet. I need to convert moles to molecules. In order to do that, I am going to use Avogadro's number, but I'm going to be careful with my units here. I have moles of sodium carbonate in the numerator here, so when using Avogadro's number, I need to make sure that I have moles in the denominator. Hence, my moles of sodium carbonate cancel. I am left with molecules of sodium carbonate, which is exactly what I wanted. So I put these numbers in my calculator. This is the answer my calculator gives me. With the correct number of sig figs, my final answer is 7.091 times 10 to the 22nd molecules of sodium carbonate. Problem number 3. If you need 1.897 times 10 to the 24th molecules of ammonium phosphate, how many grams should you weigh out? Even though I'm starting with molecules, I see that I am going to have to get to grams, so I am going to go ahead and calculate the molar mass before I do anything. So my molar mass of ammonium phosphate is 149.087 grams per mole. Just like with my other problems, I always like to start with what I'm given, so I was given 1.897 times 10 to the 24th molecules of ammonium phosphate. Now, to get out of molecules, I will use Avogadro's number, and that will send me to moles. Now again, I need to be careful of my units, so for Avogadro's number, I'm going to make sure that my molecules are in the denominator. That puts my moles in the numerator. Therefore, my molecules of ammonium phosphate cancel, and I'm left with moles of ammonium phosphate. However, the question again asked me for grams, so I need to go from moles to grams. Here is where my molar mass comes in handy. Again, I watch my units carefully. I make sure with my molar mass that I put moles of ammonium phosphate in the denominator. That leaves me with grams of ammonium phosphate in the numerator. So my moles of ammonium phosphate have canceled out. I am left with grams of ammonium phosphate. Now I can actually punch it into my calculator and get an answer. This is the answer my calculator gives me. However, with the correct number of sig figs, my final answer is 469.6 grams of ammonium phosphate. Or of course you could convert it to scientific notation. In that case you would get 4.696 times 10 to the second grams of ammonium phosphate. Something that I see often when grading students' papers is they will get the wrong answer because they are not writing down their units associated with their numbers. So if you just write down a string of numbers, it's very easy to get a molar mass flip-flopped or apply Avogadro's number in the wrong way because you don't know which way it should go without the units. So it's really important, especially now, to get in the habit of writing those units down. It is going to be so helpful as you move ahead in chemistry. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks so much for watching.